Hey guys, it is me, OctaCannon, and I'm bringing you the third week of the PASL today, and I'm very hyped for that. We won the first 2 weeks, and I'm very proud of that. And of course, I want to carry on with that. I want to keep the good momentum and win the next one as well. So this time we have to face the Toronto Typhlosions. And here you see their team: Mega Charizard Y, Breloom, Ferrothorn, Chandelure, Crobat, Galvantula, Typhlosion, Clawitzer, Mega Banette, Scyther, Crustle, and Golurk. And the first thing that I realized is he has a huge rock weakness with Charizard Y, Chandelure, Crobat, Galvantula, Typhlosion, Scyther, and Crustle. That is a lot of Pokemon that take at least 25% from Stealth Rock. Scyther and Charizard even 50%, and that is just such a great thing. And yeah, I really think that I could go that route again, set up the rocks. That is once again a priority, even though he could bring the Defog Scyther, the Defog Charizard, but I don't really think he would do that. But what I do expect 100% is the Defog Crobat, because I think he knows as well that he has a rock weakness. And even though I'm preparing for every mon that could come, I do not take anything into consideration what he could do or what he couldn't when I'm building the team. But I think he has to bring the Crobat for the default, because yeah, if he would bring nothing that's weak to rocks, or not many things, that would hinder him very much. So I really think he has to bring Crobat, and he has to give it default. So he's probably also not going to be an offensive variant, so I'm not really planning on one-shotting that anyways. But yeah, I have things to handle that, of course, and still I wanted to get up the rocks and try to keep them as long as I can. Maybe even kill Crobat before it can defog, or try to not let it get in easily. Yeah, he probably on one or two of my mounts he could get in easily, so I have to watch out for that. But I really think that we can do great with rocks, and also I see that the types, the 4 times weakness on the Charizard, on the Breloom, on the Ferrothorn, on the Scyther as well. And just also he has a huge water weakness with Golurk and Crustle and Typhlosion and Chandelure and Charizard. Okay, Charizard in the sun. So I really have to watch out for that. If the sun is up, of course my water moves aren't gonna be doing that much. But what I wanna watch out for exactly is the Mega Banette, because I don't have much for that. And the Mega Banette is also why I took my last mon, and I think I'm just gonna start with that. The last mon that I tried to put on the team was Genius, the Spiritomb. And I just thought I need something to hit everything really hard. So I took Foul Play. It's great against the Golurk, against the maybe Shell Smashing Crustle, against Mega Banette, of course. And so I watched what I could do with that. In the last season I had Spiritomb, and often had a Crow Tomb set with Dark Pulse or Shadow Ball and Calm Mind, Rest, Sleep Talk, but that wouldn't bring me anything here, I think. So if he has the Choice Banded Golurk, that still does a lot of damage to me, and it doesn't pay off, I think. But what does pay off is Foul Play. Foul Play is great. With that, I can OHKO an offensive Golurk, I can OHKO a Mega Banette, and I can OHKO a +2 offensive like a Shell Smash Crustle after it got in on the rocks. So You also see that I have the adamant nature with the 12 points in attack. That is just so that I can Oko Chandelure after rocks with Sucker Punch. That is the plan. That's why I have that for. Pain Split is just good in all ways, but really the Will-O-Wisp is also very, very good because you see he has a lot of physical mounts. Breloom, Ferrothorn, Crobat is mostly physical. Uh, Mega Banette, Scyther, Crustle, Golurk, all those are physical. And so I think that's why the Foul Play and the Will-O-Wisp are great. I can Will-O-Wisp them, they are not gonna do anything to me, and I'm gonna hit them back with the Foul Play because I am not burned. That's also why I got the Lumberry. So if he has the Bayonet in, and I have the Spiritomb in, and I know I can one-shot that with the Foul Play, he knows that as well, so he thinks he can first Will-O-Wisp me with the Prankster, so that I cannot do much to him, or he maybe expects the Sucker Punch and then goes for the Will-O-Wisp or whatever. So I think I thought that if you Will-O-Wisp me, I can get off the Lumberry, get the Will-O-Wisp away, and one-shot it straight away. That is the plan, and I hope that that's gonna be working, because the Mega Bayonet is a huge threat. I'm really not sure what that thing could do because it has the move pool of that thing is really, really great, and you wouldn't even realize that because mostly it's like Prankster, Will-O-Wisp, Destiny Bond, Sucker Punch, and Shadow Claw or something. So, but it gets really, really a lot of moves, and so I have to watch out for that because its coverage is good, and if I can one-shot it, that's super great. Yeah, as you see, I made it physically offensive. Actually, all the 3 walls that I have on my team are physically defensive, but I have a way of handling the things otherwise, I would say. You also realize that his team is not very full of uh, walls. He has the Ferrothorn, which is a wall. Breloom with a poison heal can be a bit problematic. Or not problematic, it can be very bulky, but I really don't think that that's gonna be that big of a problem because I have the Infiltrator on the Spiritomb, so if he maybe doesn't have the Protect, if only if he has the Poison Heal, so he maybe sets up a sub, or even if he doesn't have the Poison Heal and he sets up a sub to be safe, I go for the Will-O-Wisp and go through the sub and it can't do anything at all. If it's of course poisoned before, then I can do nothing with that. But the Foul Play, even if it's resisted, does a good chunk, and he has not really much to hit me with. He can hit me with things like Seed Bomb or Bullet Seed, and yeah, that's it. If he sets up a Sword Stance, that's even better for me. So this is the thing that walls a lot of things completely. Yeah, but what I wanted to say, Ferrothorn is a wall, Chandelure can be bulky, but I would more so expect it to have a Scarf, but I don't know. I don't know his playstyle, so I have to watch out for everything. Glowitzer can be a bit bulky, but his defenses are trash. And Scyther with an EV light. So everything, when I say I can all-code that and that, it is also every time dependent on EV spreads and stuff. But most of the things are pretty clear what they are gonna do their EVs in, but you never know. So I am prepared for Scyther. I can OCO with pretty much everything, but if he has an EV-Elite Scyther, that's gonna be much of a different story. So if I tell you like, hey, Hippowdon can OCO Scyther, that's only if he doesn't have an EV-Elite. But if he gets onto the rocks, it doesn't even matter. So that's a great thing. And Crustle can be bulky, and Golurk could be bulky as well. So really Crobat could be a bit bulky. So the only thing that you would say this is a really strong wall is the Ferrothorn. Maybe a bit Crustle, maybe a bit Crobat. But those are situational walls. So yeah. But as I said, this is physically defensive because he has so much physical threats. In the Breloom, the Ferrothorn, yeah, I already counted that. So Mega Charizard Y, and yeah, that's pretty much the biggest problem in Typhlosion maybe. But if he goes for the Eruption and I can go for the Sucker Punch before, I can do a good chunk. So the Eruption doesn't do that much, and Typhlosion is locked in most of the time anyway, so he can't do much. Yeah, I can handle really much with Genius, so I'm very glad that I packed that. And you also see that's what I'm going to go over now is the the core that I wanted to have. This is the same core that I had last season and it worked really well. This is the Hippowdon Tentacruel Spiritomb core. It's not really something you would expect, but for me it works really well because you see Hippowdon has problems with ice and water and grass, and that's everything that can Tentacruel eat up. So most of the time grass moves are anyways gonna be like Leaf Storm or Giga Drain, and Giga Drain is great because of the Liquid Ooze. It can not heal them, but do damage to them. And Ice and Water, I can eat that up. Leaf Storm, so they get their special attack lowered, and Tentacruel is a special defensive monster. Tentacruel has problems with ground moves and with Psychic, and also electric, and Hippowdon can eat up electric moves and doesn't even care. And ground type, so most of the time ground is physical. If someone runs Earth Power, yeah, I still can handle that kind of well. And if someone brings the Earth Power, I have things that have ground resistance, like Grip and Tunnel, which I will come to later. And so I think this team in general can be very good with switching out, which I'm not really a big fan of, but if I can predict their attacks, it's gonna be really great. And also, the Psychic Genius is there, doesn't hurt him anyways. Yeah, and Genius only weakness is Fairy, and Cruel J can eat up that. So that's why I have this core, this kind of triangle of doom, and I hope you can see that in that battle, that this core is really great. But I'm going on to the, as I said, the rock weakness of the Toronto Typhlosions. So I have the fully physically defensive Hippowdon for that. Madness is coming back once again in the third battle. Third battle, third appearance, like Ella Cruel J and Barney. They are just so good. This time I'm bringing back the Sandstream again, but with leftovers because I need the recovery. And Sandstream is great because it can do damage to everything apart from Ferrothorn, Crustle, and Golurk, so it's good for them, but um, I can still handle them. But the main reason is because I can stop the sun that way. So you would maybe get the idea of I'm going into Charizard and want to get up the sun and fire off a solar beam. I don't know why he would, but anyway, so I can bring in Madness and he stands there and absorbs the sun. Yeah, that's just something I think getting rid of the sun is very good because Chandelure is very good in the sun, Typhlosion as well, and Charizard of course because he has that. And I don't know if like I don't know which mons would get Solar Beam, but I could imagine Crobat gets that, but I'm not very sure. I'm really not sure in any ways. Galvantula could get that as well, so I don't want to risk any of these shenanigans with the sun. That's why I bring the sand. I bring Stealth Rock, of course, once again, because rocks are great. I also have Earthquake, because it can hit a lot of things. Yeah, this thing is basically there to set up the rocks and change the weather to sandstorm. I can also Oko Typhlosion. I can Oko a Scarf Chandelure or just a Chandelure with no HP investments. With the Earthquake, that's why I have that there, and Stab, and it's great, and Hippowdon's attack stat is very good. I also have the 28 in attack, so that I can Oko all of them. I also can Oko Scyther with Rock Slide and Oko Charizard. And 2-hit KO Crobat if he doesn't have any defense or um, Sorry, I forgot it was HP investments. So if he has like the most offensive build in the world with like full speed and full attack or something, I don't know, choice specs or whatever. But if he was choice specs, then he's probably gonna carry the Giga Drain, so that's probably not that good. So I can 2-hit KO that if that is the case. I can also go for the rocks. So if the rocks are up, I think I can also handle the defensive Crobat very good, because I can go for the rock slide. If he brings that in maybe to wall it, go for the rock slide, and then if he thinks he's going to die from another rock slide, he's going to roost, and I'll earthquake. So of course I have to see how that will work, because I maybe don't want to risk going for the earthquake if he just sacks that off and wants to go for the default, just get the rocks away and then goodbye. That would be very dumb if I did go for the earthquake. But I'm confident that I can predict what he's doing. But you never know. You have to see what he does. That's awesome. If you battle someone the first time, you don't know his playstyle, it's very difficult. But of course the slack off is just there too. So I can eat up hits and get the recovery. The reliable recovery is my walls, or most of my mounts don't have the best reliable recovery, even though they are bulky. But I really thought that I need at least one mount that can just sit there and spam slack off like in the last battle. So I really needed that there to get rid of that Charizard. And once again we face a Charizard, so we don't even know if it's gonna be Charizard Y or if he brings Bennett, and maybe he realizes his rock weakness and doesn't even bring the Charizard. You never know. You really never know. But yeah, that's pretty much madness. Nothing more to say about that. So I also saw that he has a lot of ways to get up rocks himself. He has Pharaoh's Dawn with rocks and also spikes. I think Crobat can set up toxic spikes. I'm not quite sure about that. The channel, sorry, not channel. Galvantula can set up sticky webs. I don't know if Mega Bennett gets maybe some hazards. Could be. I could imagine that. So like Prankster spikes or something. That could be a thing. Crustle can get up rocks. Gola can get up rocks. So you see, he has a lot of hazards, and I cannot let them be on the field. Yeah, even though like the spikes or toxic spikes, and sticky web are not even that big on the deal. So, but the rocks are really annoying. Yeah, I just think that getting the rocks away is always good. Residual damage is never good for someone, so I took Alakruja. This time with one of my most used Tentacruel sets, fully physically defensive. Not fully, but um, I have different investments there to handle different mons. So almost fully physically defensive with a bit of special attack, bit of special defense to take some hits, and with the Assault Vest. Assault Vest is there to take also special hits, even though I'm not invested in special defense a lot, so I can take hits from both sides. That is really important for me, because I only have physical walls. Uh, when I'm looking at the EV spread, you can see that the special defense is still higher than the physical defense. But I need something to still take the special hits, even though I'm much more afraid of the physical ones that he has. But you see, Rapid Spin, Sludge Bomb, Scald, Giga Drain, pretty much standard. Giga Drain is like the move that will switch up. You can do knock off there, or Ice Beam, Dazzling Gleam if he has like Crafty or something. But this is the set I want, because I can burn things with Scald, I can poison things with Sludge Bomb, and I can spin away rocks. Also, the plan is that I can the Giga Drain is there to maybe heal myself from like Golurk or Klobitzer or something. Klobitzer is totally walled by this thing. Like, can't do anything, really nothing. If he specs, I still eat up every hit. It's ridiculous. So that's main, I don't even think that Klobitzer can do much because you'll see that soon I have 3 assault less users, so it's probably locked in if he isn't live orbed. So if he is live orbed, I'll think I can handle that anyways. But still, yeah, it doesn't do anything. I think I don't even expect him to bring it, even though it could be good against my megas. But I have just 2 well of switch-ins, so I don't expect him to bring it. But still, the Giga is great for that. The Giga is great to maybe hit the incoming Golurk and then skull it to death. I can 2-hit KO Golurk, that's why I have the 28 special attack investments. So I can 2-hit KO it with Scald. I even think that a Giga Drain plus a Scald are enough. If he does, if he isn't defensive, so no, even the if he isn't specially defensive or assault vested, it the skull 2 skulls are enough. I can also with a sludge bomb. It is not only that poison things. The first reason for that, and pretty much the only thing, because yeah, I don't know what I would even want to use sludge bomb on. I mean, Mega Charizard Y, yeah, maybe. Parathon, of course not. Chandelure, no, because that's Scald. Crobat, totally not. Galvantula, maybe. Not really. Typhlosion, no. Glowitzer, no. Mega Bennett, no. This, therefore, the Breloom, I can OHKO that with it. So after the rocks, of course. If he could also have um, Focus Sash, so I need the rocks. Or the Sandstorm. Yeah, residual damage. I can bring any sashes with a sandstorm, so I do not say much about the sandstorm in terms of my calculations, but only about the rocks. Still, sandstorm is almost as good. Of course, not that good. But anyways, yeah, another wall. These are my walls, and now I'm going on to the attackers. The first one I wanted to bring again the third time is Barney. Barney is just such a great mod. I'm really glad that I have a good dragon type this time, because I don't think I even had a dragon type last season that was maybe, yeah, not that good thought out. I even have like Fire Water Grass Core with Victini, Tentacruel, and Krillili, and like Fairy Dragon Steel Core with Metagross, Goodra, and Mr. Mime, but of course they are not that great because I like Mr. Mime and Credilli are very situational mods. I also realized that probably I don't even think I'll bring Mr. Mime to one of the battles, but maybe he will come. I saw a lot of potential in him, and maybe he can surprise someone. He's very fast, he's specially defensive, he's specially offensive. He can do some good things. Yeah, but that's not what I wanted to say. Originally, I wanted to say something about Barney. Barney is like the best mon here against him. I have the Zapzipper, Ball, like Breloom and Ferrothorn. I can't be leech seeded like the last time. That was not very nice. But yeah, I don't think I need the GUI. I have some nice speed investments that I am very proud of. I outspeed Timid, max speed Klowitzer, and Adamant max speed Breloom with that. That is the plan. That is very good. And I can OHKO. I don't think I can OHKO Klowitzer, but I'm close to it, I think. No, I can't OHKO Klowitzer, but if he gets like on 2 rocks and maybe he's live up, then he has some sand damage, then I can do it. But anyways, I can OHKO a lot of stuff. I can OHKO Crustle after the rocks with a muddy water if there is no sun. I can OHKO Scyther with a Fire Blast or the Rock Slide. Yeah, the Rock Slide is pretty much only there for Mega Charizard Y, because I can almost kill that. Yeah, but not for sure. Yeah, the Rock Slide is like, I didn't know what the fourth move should be, so I took the Rock Slide. it only can Oko Charizard after rocks. Then it's like not that great, but whatever. And I can Oko Galvantula with Fire Blast. Of course, Fire Blast, I can miss that. I also thought about going Flamethrower because he maybe would have up the sun, but then I really was so short of killing some things like the last week with the Victini that I just needed a bit more power every time. So I went for the Fire Blast. And I just hope it does pay off. I can Oko physically defensive Ferrothorn, and I'm also very close to Okoing especially defensive Ferrothorn, and he can't do much back to me, so I can Oko the Breloom, I can Oko an offensive Crobat after rocks with Thunderbolt, I can Oko a Scarf Chandelure or any Chandelure that's not HP invested after the rocks with a Muddy Water, and I can Oko Teflon after rocks with the Muddy Water. Yeah, Muddy Water is just a great attack against his team because, as I said, he's weak to rocks, he's weak to water, so Rock Slide and Muddy Water. Fire Blast is also great because he also has like a fire weakness. He has very obvious weaknesses that I can exploit, and I'm very glad about that because I drafted so many mons with great coverage, and I can put everything on that. The Thunderbolt is just there to hit the Crobat and the Clawitzer. I know that I can't Oko them, so as I say, if he brings offensive Crobat, I could, but I don't expect that. I did say a lot about that, but yeah, still, just I don't kill anything with that, but it does a lot of damage, and I can switch up my moves with the Assault Blast, take a lot of hits. Of course, I can't take any physical hits, but I have a bit of HP investment. The HP stat is pretty good. I have like a huge special attack stat, and I can outspeed some stuff. You really don't expect Gudra to be that fast, but it actually is. And as I surprised Oswald last time with a speedy Credillia, I could also surprise Rorim with a speedy Barney, so maybe that is gonna work out. And we get to our third Assault Vest user. I bring Grip the first time. Grip is going to make his debut with an Assault Vest. Of course, the Levitate ability, he doesn't get anything else. Full special attack, full HP, bit of attack, with the quiet nature because I'm slow anyways, and maybe it's even good to get some slow volt switches off. Yeah, the knockoff is just coverage. Not coverage, it's just there because it's knockoff. It's totally OP, I can knock off stuff. And if I know he's gonna switch, or I think he's gonna switch, and I'm not sure what he's gonna switch into, maybe he'll predict the Volt Switch and go into Golurk, and I'm not 100% sure that I want to go for the Volt Switch. I can go for the knockoff, it's always like a middle ground play, it's very good. I have the Grass Knot then, because it does so much damage to the Golurk. I'm really fearing the Golurk. The Golurk and the Mega Banette are probably my biggest fears on his team. So we'll see if he brings that and if he does what he does with them. I can 2-hit KO Golurk only. But the plan is to catch it on the switch in with a knockoff and then kill it with a Grass Knot. Then I can Oko Scyther after rocks with Volt Switch. I can 2-hit KO Mega Banette after rocks with a knockoff, if I don't get burned of course. But if I do get burned, I'll just go for the Volt Switch and then someone else kills it. So I can Oko Scarf Clomitzer or any Clomitzer that's not HP invested after the rocks with the Volt Switch. I can Oko Galvantula with a Flamethrower, Oko Crobat after rocks with the Volt Switch if he's not HP invested, Oko Physically Defensive Ferrothorn after rocks with a Flamethrower. But that's also very, very close. This thing eats up hits, even though it's even if it is fully physically defensive, I think it has like a 10% chance even to lift Flamethrower. This is a very good wall. And yeah, this could also work really well in combination with a Typhlosion, so I have to watch out for that. I can't just go for the Flamethrower every time. If he has Typhlosion, I maybe have to predict sometimes. Maybe go for the knockoff on the Volt Switch. And yeah, we will see if that works. I don't know where I was. Here I can Oko Breloom with a Flamethrower, Oko Charizard after rocks with a Volt Switch. Yeah, that's everything I can Oko so much stuff. as you know, I wanna hit most of the things as hard as I can, and that's what I do. With that said, fully specially offensive, almost, of course, only. But yeah, another great special attacker, very bulky, another assault vest user, and then I thought, yeah, that was bulky enough. I have 5 very bulky mons. I need some speed, and here it is. It outspeeds fucking everything. Tamo is a beast. He has 150 speed. If he is Mega Evolved, it even has 130 before Mega Evolve, and it's great. I don't think I ever have to run it jolly. I can always run Adamant and destroy lives with it. I didn't even think that I would use that. It was just, oh, I don't know what is. Oh, Mega Altaria got picked. Mega Venusaur, I think, got picked as well. I'm not quite sure about that. But also, I really got sniped. I wanted Mega Absol. And then I was like looking through what can I pick. I had my RU picks pretty much in my hand, so I knew I wanted like a UU Mega, and I searched. This was like the least bad of them. I really didn't think I would use it, and that's like the second time, and I really see his potential. He hits so hard and he's so fast. So that's also what I needed. I have a lot of bulky mons, and I have some, I would say, like middle speed mons with like between 100 and 110 with like Bikini, Tentacruel, Tauros, Mr. Mime. Oh, he has 90, I think, or something, and then the Meta grows, and then I have this thing, which is so fucking fast. And last season I had the Megalopony and the USL for the speed, and I'm really glad because until the end I didn't realize that I had so slow Pokemon, and then I picked the Tauros to get at least a bit of speed, and then I realized that this thing is so fast, and so I'm very glad I picked it. So that's pretty much what I needed, a fast attacker, and that's what I have in them. And I'm looking at my notes, and I just see Oko everywhere. I don't think I can count the Okos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He can Oko 10 of them, some after rocks. Offensive Crobat is once again in that. But you see the speed, 236. I can outspeed a Scarf Clobitzer after Mega Evolving, and I can also outspeed a jolly max speed Crobat after Mega Evolving, which is crazy, really. I also think I'm at some cards which I needed to outspeed. I think like Gambantula and stuff before Mega Evolving, but then I had to put some more in that because I wanted to outspeed the other stuff as well. So I outspeed everything. That's pretty much what it is. Barring like Scarf Chandelure or Scarf Typhlosion, Scarf Charizard, I don't know, Scarfed Scyther, but yeah, that's I think Scarfed Golurk, is that a thing? Scarfed Galvantula. Scarfed Galvantula would actually maybe be pretty good against that. So I really have to watch out for that now that I think about it. Because when I look at my team, I see that the sticky webs aren't even that strong against me. So I have like a lot of very slow mons, some flying mons, and some things with clear body and good spinners. So actually, that could be a thing if he thinks he doesn't need the sticky web like Scarf Galvantula to totally. I don't know, but I have to remind myself that I don't risk that and just switch out into Max if he predicts that. Then goes for like Kicker Drain or Energy Bubbles. Props to him then. But yeah, I'm going over the set. It's like, okay, it's 252 Adamant. Nothing more to say about that. Tough Claws. Bam. Fire Fang rocks like Crunch Thunder Fang. It's like, if it has a strong jaw, that would be even better. No, but yeah, what I do is I Oko Charizard with the Rock Slide. I Oko Breloom after rocks with a Fire Fang. Yeah, I first thought like taking Aerial Ace, but that is really only good for the Breloom. And as I said, if he gets onto any rock, sandstorm, whatever, the Fire Fang is enough. And also Fire Fang is great against the Galvantula, but the Galvantula I have Rock Slide for. It's really, I just think that Fire Fang brings me more against the Ferrothorn. I can OHKO specially defensive Ferrothorn after rocks. Keep that in mind, I can OHKO that thing. If it's specially defensive, that is crazy. And if it's not specially defensive, I can 2-hit KO that. But I don't know if I want to take that risk because he can just destroy my life with a Gyro Ball. It does like 180% or something, I don't know. But I can OHKO the Chandelure, I can OHKO Offensive Crobat, OHKO Typhlosion, Galvantula, all with the Rock Slide, OHKO Make Up a Net with a Crunch. I think I have a... I think I'm not 100% sure I OHKO that. I think I have like a 87.5% chance to do that. Of course, only if he doesn't burn me, but still, if he burns me, I do so much damage anyways. It's crazy. And I can OHKO Scyther, OHKO Offensive Crustle, like Shell Smash Crustle or something after rocks. I can also do very much damage to Clovertza, but it's like after rocks I leave him with like 2 HP or something, so I didn't write that down. It just does a lot of damage. Yeah, the Thunder Fang is only there for the Clovertza, just because I had like slot free, and yeah, as I said, it was like the debate if I take Thunder Fang or Aerial Ace, but I thought I can hit Breloom otherwise. Clovertza I can't hit otherwise, so I'll do that. Timid Scarf max speed Clovertza is still outspeed by me. I didn't even write Scarf down, but it's Timid max speed Scarf Clovertza. I outspeed with that. Oh, here it is. Yeah, like full speed, like 252 speed, Timid, Scarf, Clovertza. I still outspeed that, and Jolly max speed Crobat, which is crazy, really. And that's my team. I have 1 fast attacker, I have 3 assault vest mounts to eat up hits, I have 3 physical walls to eat up hits, that also have like 2 very good special defense. This is a really bulky team. I think I talked about that I really found like my playstyle last season, and even though I always was a fan of hyper offensive teams, I really learned that in this league that I'm no, sorry, I can find the words, and that yeah, defensive power is even stronger for me. So not that like totally stally toxic protect Blissey Umbreon dumb stuff. Really, it's like the solid walls that still can do do stuff. Like Hippowdon has 112 attack stat. I don't even know why I never used that offensively, because it can eat up hits and have me like Choice Band and Hippowdon could put in work actually. Like here is well, this is like such good stats here from attack to attack, defense, special attack, and speed. Very good. Not speed, special defense. Sorry. But anyways, you see my team. I hope you like it as much as I do. I think you can hear that my confidence this week is much more because I don't see like a brutal counter on the enemy team like it was last time with the Azumarill and the Steelix. That was really hard to handle, and we did that. It was not very like something you could be proud on that battle, but it was a great battle. It was close. It was fun. It was really it was good. I liked it. I really liked it. And so this time I'm much more confident. I hope that that's not going to be something that I regret saying later, but I want to succeed, and a good mindset is very, very important for that. So this is like a very long team builder video because I like to go some other routes while I do stuff, but still, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos that are like that, give me uh, give me a subscribe and follow me on Amino as well if you want to keep track with everything that I do. And yeah, write in the comments what you think of my team, and also because the battle is coming in this video as well, maybe, yeah, that was like something that went really well last time, so I think I'll do that again. And yeah, the battle is coming right after this, so don't decide to turn off that video after this, and tell me what you think of the team builder, of the battle, and of my team in general. I don't know what I could do better, and maybe some trade suggestions. I have to look if I want to trade anything, maybe like Nestor Mime, I don't know, but I don't know what I would draft otherwise, because having a fairy is good, even though he's not the strongest. But anyway, the battle is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Hey guys, it is me, OctaCannon, and as you see, I'm sorry I couldn't do the battle live because I had some connection issues. It was really bad. I lost my connection. I lost the connection to the Wi-Fi here, and then I reconnected, and then I didn't have access to the internet, and it was awful. And I thought I would have fixed it. I went into the battle, and it appeared again. So in the middle of the battle, I got disconnected, and luckily I could communicate over Pokemon Amino with Rorim, so that he knew that it wasn't my intention to let him wait so long, and so he was patient enough until I came back. I got to reconnect, and we ended the battle then after that. So thanks to Rorim for the patience, and everyone from our league who watched the battle live. And I'm really sorry. I hope I can fix that this week so that these problems won't appear again. And so I just saved the replay as I need to do anyways, and I'm doing a post-game comment now. And I hope you like it. I know it's not the same, but really I know I do not show the biggest emotions while live battling, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. And we'll see how it goes. Let me know in the comments how you like it. But I'm probably going to do the live comment next time. So here we see the team. We see the enemy team: Golurk, Glowitzer, Galvantula, Crobat, Bayonet, and the Scyther actually. I didn't expect the Scyther to come, but as you will see, this thing is a threat. Though, of course, I knew it was a threat. I just didn't expect it to come because it gets awkward by so many things. And I also didn't expect the Glowitzer that much. I totally expected the Crobat, and I expected it to be a Defog set. I expected Bayonet and Golurk. And yeah, I actually predicted him to bring one of his Flashfire mons, like Teflosion, or I think he had Chandelure as well. But he didn't do that. So I think Victini, when I look at that team that he brought, would have been great. But yeah, like with the sticky webs, it couldn't have outsped anything, so I wasn't really sure what to expect from that team. I was expecting like the sticky web and the defog and offensive Scyther and offensive Bayonet. I didn't know some of the sets. I thought he may bring Choice Banded Golurk, but I wasn't sure with that because I realized he doesn't have any Rock Setter, so he maybe wants to do that with it. But yeah, you see my team: Goodra, Aerodactyl, Hippowdon, Tentacruel, Electros, and Spiritomb. And we'll just go into it and you'll see what we do. I have it on slow so I can comment the stuff. So here we see the Glowitzer. I switch out, of course. I did not expect him to lead with Glowitzer. I go into Electroljet because that thing totally was Glowitzer. Glowitzer can't do anything to it. If he doesn't have Skull, he can't even burn me. I'm faster, so I can't be flinched by Dark Pulse if he goes for that, and whatever. Yeah, I actually expected him to switch out into something that can resist like a Giga Drain or something, because I thought he would realize that he can't do anything to me. But he does realize it at that point now, and I thought he would maybe stay in again. And now I went for the Giga Drain, and he goes into the Galvantula. I mean, I get some health back, that is okay, but I take Sandstorm damage then. So I don't want to stay in on the Galvantula, and I go into my grip, because he can resist electric attacks and he's assault vested. But he actually predicts a switch, I don't know into what, but he goes for the Bug Bust. Sadly gets a special defense drop, that is not good for me. But I know that I can take another one, and he gets a crit, which if that would have killed me, I would have gotten, I think, a big problem. And I can kill with a flamethrower then, that is good. Yeah, maybe Gudra could have come in then, but then I couldn't have prevented it from setting up sticky webs. So now he sees my assault vest. It was pretty clear before that I have that. But I'm just going to sacrifice grip here because I don't think he can do a whole lot to everything else because he gets unswept by everything else. But he actually goes for the protect just to get his prankster, I guess. Yeah, I have a speed lowering nature, so I can't outspeed anything. I was taking that for like slow bolt switches, and that knockoff doesn't get weaker. But I know here's the time to go for the foul play. He goes for knockoff, and he knocks off my Lumbari. Not a huge deal. Lumbari was only for the Bayonet, and bam! Bayonet is getting one shot by its own huge attack stat. And it gets like the stab boost, and it's great. Genius is not going to stay in here. I'm going to switch out into Tentacruel to take any hit. It doesn't matter. He goes for the Dark Pulse. I know I can take another one. And at this point I'm going for the Giga Drain. And yeah, I think that this is Assault Vested because that didn't really do a lot. I did it so it can two-shot it, but that's not a two-shot at this point. So here I predicted him to switch out because I didn't think he would want to lose it here. And that's why I go for the Scald. I sadly don't get a burn, but it does some good damage to Chromat. So he's probably not specially defensive, maybe like physically defensive, or I don't know, just fast with defog. At this point I switch out into Madness because if he's not like a special variant, I can wall that thing completely. He goes for the Acrobatics, which I thought was very interesting. Maybe he expected me to knock off his item with I don't know which Pokemon. But I didn't do that. I just went into Madness because he walls that very good. I go for the Stealth Rock here because it can do anything to me, and this is great. Scyther takes a lot of damage. If he switches out with Crobat and comes back in again, he also gets a lot of damage. I expect him to defog that away later, but it can never be bad to have that. I get confused by the Dynamic Punch here. I come through, do 42% to the Golurk, which is great. So I actually see here that it's not a defensive set, it's probably like Choice Bandit or what. I get another crit and I hit myself in Confusion. So I knew I could live another one, and I thought I would break through the Confusion and then go for Slack Off, but he actually switches out. Which is huge for me because I hit myself and I probably wouldn't have lived that there. So that is good, I get some leftovers recovery. I know he can't do anything to me, so I'm going for the Slack Off as he goes for the defog. My Confusion ends, I have a lot of health now, and at this point I wanted to go for Rock Slide to do a lot of damage to that and maybe then predict like the Roost and go for an Earthquake. But he actually switches out. It was a good switch into Clawitzer. I think with Earthquake I could have taken that thing out. I'm not quite sure, it could have lived that actually, but maybe not. I don't know. I think it would have killed it. But yeah, I don't know if he wanted to sacrifice it or if he predicted something, I don't know. And then I switch back into LL Cruel J because I can resist it and I can take it out. I didn't think he would preserve it here, so I went for the Giga Drain, but he actually switches into Scyther. And I knew if this thing is like a Sword Stance variant, it could sweep me, so I needed to go directly into my Madness because it was that thing. Very good. And he actually goes for the Sword Stance here. So I know I can live any hit. And I want to kill that thing. right now. So I go for the rock slide. And he shows the aerial ace, but doesn't even do half to me after a sword stance, which is like crazy. And so I don't kill it with a rock slide, which shows me that he's probably EV aligned, which is what I would guess. So I know he dies to the sandstorm now. I go for the slack off as he goes for the aerial ace. He could have roosed it, but I don't think this would have made much of a difference here. So I get a kill with the sandstorm, and I'm at a pretty good amount of HP. And at this point you bring in the Clawitzer again, I know, but I think LL Cruel J did his job, and I wanted to switch out. So here comes the Ice Beam, kills me. Yeah, this was the point where I got the disconnect, and yeah, this was very unfortunate. Just before he attacked my LL Cruel J, I got a DC, and it took a very long time to get back into the game. Here I thought I can just go for Tamo. He's the fastest one on the field. Thunderfang was a bit risky because it could miss, but I actually didn't want to show the crunch right now. But this wouldn't even have made a difference because he had only 2 mons. He knows that Crobat can't do anything, and so he had to go into Golurk. Even if I shot the crunch, and there's the crunch again, kills the Golurk, I'm faster than Crobat 100% because I know it isn't scarfed. And here I go for the rock slide to take this thing out, and it's like a little mini sweep, a little cleanup from Tamo at the end. Did some very good work. I knew that Tamo would be great in this battle, and yeah, he did prove that. And yeah, I'm a bit sad that Electros didn't get to do much, but I mean, he took one thing out, did prevent him to get up sticky webs, and that is good. He did well. I just wanted him to do more, to make some more ball switch predictions or something. But at the end, this went well. He got a kill. He died. Tentacruel only died. Doesn't matter. He got some damage off. Used some scald. Didn't get a burn, but yeah, he wasn't really that useful in this battle. Besides from walling the Clawitzer, of course, that was his job. Wall some things, poison some things, or burn some things with the attacks, but that didn't work out, so it's not that big of a deal though. Spin away some hazards like sticky webs and rocks. He didn't do anything of that. Spiritomb did what he had to do. One shot Bayonet, that was probably his only purpose, or one shot like Golurk or Chandelure. But this didn't have to happen. He did exactly what he had to do, and nothing more, nothing less. Hippowdon got a kill again. Was a huge wall, like every time. Tamo with the late game sweep, mini sweep, and yeah, Gudra didn't do anything, but yeah, it's just a safe mon. I know I can have it in the back, and it's like he can take a lot of hits and dish out really good damage. So good game to Rorim. It was a very nice battle. I'm once again sorry for the DC, and I'm really thankful that you all waited so patiently. And yeah, that was it. We are 3-0 now. This is very, very good. I'm very happy about that. And yeah, I'll see you next week. This is gonna be a great battle again. So stay tuned for that. Bye.